Right then, we got turned down for the Spurs job. Graham Potter got it. And in fairness, it's probably about right, isn't it? However, we got asked to come for another interview at Brighton. And we've been offered the job. Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. I am Millers. This is Sunday League to Champions League, and as you heard, we've been offered the job at Brighton to go down to the Amex and try and recover their season, because as you can see on the right hand side there, they're level on points with us, and they're down in 14th with a media expectation of 7th or 8th. Their expectations, their vision for their club is to be the best of the rest, in inverted commas, so they want to be in that 8th place, right? But I've turned it down. I went into negotiations with them. Their transfer budget was $500,000. The ability for me to bring in some of my lads, in terms of Robin Van Persie, Ashley Cole, to bolster the squad from the coaching staff perspective, the compensation budget aligned with my taking over was nowhere near enough to bring in even one of those, let alone both. And then when they offered me the contract, it was like $4,000 more a week than I'm on here. And I just, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I've already got enough money, haven't I? Right? I've got enough money coming in. This is now about a bit of pride in the boys that we have here, because I do feel like the lads we've got in the Coventry squad now are our own, right? It's our team for sure. It's our stamp. But also, we're now looking for that vehicle to take us to the Champions League. And Brighton, with that lack of money, and the run of results they've been on, it just didn't feel like it was right. I wouldn't move to Brighton for a small amount more than I'm currently on living in Solihull. So it wasn't for me. So I asked them for $54,000 a week, which would poke my ears up and say, yeah, all right then, for an extra $20,000, we'll definitely do that. No. The most they got to was 40. And with that, they wanted a significant drop-off in pay if we got relegated. So I've just said, no, it's not for me, and walked away. So we remain here at Coventry. And as you can see, things are going reasonably well. We're on 19 points. We're sat in 13th. This is the final game of the second quarter. If we get anything above a draw here, we are on track. Well, a draw puts us on track. If we get a win, highly unlikely against Newcastle sat in 6th, but if we get a win, then actually we're ahead of schedule, which would be superb. You can see where we've been. So I think you joined us for the Palace game where we got beat. We then went to Spurs and won, unbelievably. Oh, no, sorry, you joined us for the West Brom game, right? That's right. So let's not go over all of those. We beat West Brom, then we went to Everton and we got beat, but we put up a right good fight. We equalised at one point, which was fantastic, but then they scored again. And unfortunately, our number one was out of action, and Gorka was in goal. And that goal there, it's just gone under him, and it's not a pretty sight for Gorks. So yeah, sad, but we could have scraped a point there, but we didn't. We then beat Villa at home, really important to the fans, local derby, all of that jazz. And then we got what looks like a tatering at Anfield, right, with Jurgen Klopp, and he is still there, by the way. But it really wasn't. At one point, we looked like we were going to pull it back. But as you can see, they scored in the 87th, the 95th, and the 97th. They were 3-0 up at half-time, let's not get it twisted. And I sent them out to win the second half, was the message. And as you can see, they had a good go at doing that. I think we ended up drawing the second half 3-3. So it was what it was. My team didn't go down too well at the end, but that's okay. I basically told them in the first half that they need to go out and put on a better display and win the second half. And then at full time, I've said to them, well, you were unlucky. And they didn't like that. So they're getting quite a competitive bunch, which is nice. I'll go over the transfer stuff at the end. We've not done anything yet, but I've got views as to what we should be doing based on our performances so far, really. But I wanted to update you on all of those things. I'm still not sold on this right wing position. Goldie's doing okay, but he doesn't pull up trees. Oh, one thing I did want to show you. Right, one thing I did want to show you. Let's do that. Click on that. Mario is the second top goal scorer in the Premier League, but he's 11 goals behind Erling Haaland, who's on 21 goals the day after Christmas. I don't know why I said the day after Christmas. It's Boxing Day, innit? Day after Christmas. You can see City are absolutely dominating, which you would expect, I suppose. But Chelsea are giving them a good run for the money, which is nice to see. It at least is a two-horse race rather than just one bounding ahead. Our focus is being in and around here, right? That 40 points, that's all we're talking about, 40 points. So let's get into it. I'm quite happy to still be here, right? I don't mind the fact that you know, Spurs went for Potter. It makes sense for them to go for Potter. I'm all right with that. I don't mind the fact that we've turned down Brighton. I didn't like what they had to offer. The package wasn't right. The transfer budget wasn't right. The budgets in terms of wages wasn't right. And therefore, I'm comfortable with saying no there too. So we're going to stick with the one who brung us, right? And that's Coventry for the time being. So we'll see how we go. I'm not going to do this one. I put Goldie in the centre of the park. He had an absolutely terrible game. So I'm going to drag him and move him back out. As you can see, we've got a few injuries. So Matthew O'Reilly, our Danish guy, 21, or cat from the 21s. I can't speak English. He's just taken a knock. So he's out for a couple of weeks, I think he's out for. And then same for Camacho, and Gorman's on his way back, but he's not quite ready. So he's not going to go in either, which is a shame. But other than that, it'll be the side that you recognise. I'm trying my best to get this kid playing more ball because he's got the potential to kick on. But I can't find a home for him. And Nigel, you know, he's on such an upward trajectory that I don't really want to take him out. He's got 6 assists. He's playing really well. So I'm keeping him in. And it is what it is with that. So we'll see. Right. Let's get out there. Excuse me. See what we can do. Like I've said, anything over a draw and we leave the stadium being happy bunnies. Anything less than that, and actually we're behind target again, which is a real shame. Go out there and show the world you've got what it takes rather than anything else. I'm not, you know, look, we have got what it takes. We're competing at this level. Where are you looking for improvements after a disappointing match against Liverpool? The reality is the defence. I want a little bit more from everybody. Marginal gains, yeah. Confident of a good showing. I want to get a result, however it comes. How do you see Brentford? I've got nothing to say about Brentford. Stop asking me about Brentford. Ask the Brentford manager about Brentford. Right, here we go. Hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying the save. I am loving it. I think I said in the last episode, you know, things have gone extraordinarily well. They don't normally go this well. But for the fact that we're living in a house with a pool in Solihull, managing in the Premier League, yeah, I'm really pleased with it. And we're doing that, you know, in the 9th season. So it's good. And we're being linked with jobs for teams that have got a media prediction at least of, you know, 7th and 8th. Now I'm crumbs. Was he off? He's got his hand to his ear. All right, they're having a bit of a bad season, which is why they've parted ways with a manager. Yes, go on, get gone. But we're being linked with those jobs, which says a lot about us, I think. Yeah, he went too early, didn't he? It's a good line, that. It's a good line. At least Callum's appealing, though. No one else did. Does my nut in that. So, yeah, so it's going well, right? We can't be too disheartened with it. Dirty deflection, offside. Yes, come on. You look like you were stood right in front of the keeper there, by the way. So, every single bit an offside call. There we go. We don't want to see a replay, do we? But we're gonna. There he is. Look, see. I mean, it's come off your Swede as well. You knew nought about that, pal. Running away celebrating. Probably a couple of warning shots though from Newcastle. In fairness, although from an XG perspective, we're doing all right. 3 from 3. If we get there, well in you. Be careful. You're on that card. Newcastle are playing very well this season. Obviously, they've got plenty of money, as we know, in game. So they've got a lot of quality about them. No one you probably recognise anymore. It looked like we nodded that behind then. But yeah, loads of quality. They're up in and around the Champions League places. I was delighted to see in the comments a couple of days ago, someone plays the game exactly the same way I do in terms of trying to do their local club and try and kick it on to a level where actually they can compete as a manager in the Champions League. It's superb. It's loads of fun. It's really difficult, but it's loads of fun. And it's quite a long journey, so I'm glad you've stayed with me. I do appreciate it, I assure you. We don't need more possession. We're not creative enough. We've been the better team. None of those things really. Keep it up, I think, in fairness. If we can just create ourselves a gilt-edged chance, I back us to take it. We're going to make some changes when we get to the 65th. No one's really standing out from the crowd in terms of playing really well. No one's standing out from the crowd in terms of playing badly. So, it's just going to be maybe a different face, more legs, I don't know. Maybe some of that will do a job for us. You want to stay on, but you've got an injury. Well, I don't really want to do that, Nige, if I'm honest. So we're going to move Sam out there and we're going to put Goldie on the right wing and hope he can do something for us. Mario's playing okay. Well, all right. I'm going to give you probably another 5 minutes. And then we're going to give Dunny a run out for Jordan. He's one of ours, of course. He's only a kid and he's classified as an exciting prospect. Maybe we can try and get him on the ball. I hate that. 1 yellow off. I'm not bothered about 1 yellow off. That's what we've got a squad for. Okay, nothing's come of that. So let's do it now. We're going to put Mara on, who of course we are looking, he's wanting to be shifted out in the next window. There is interest in him. And he's done quite well when he's come on for us, in fairness to him. So we'll throw him out there, see if we can get anything from that. We've clipped a very long ball there, and it's gone straight to the keeper. A total waste. Now Newcastle are going to look to build something. Jones Pugh bit them big time with a dirty slide tackle. They're working it around us, clipped over the top. Oh, is he off again? The rest got his hand up. We're appealing. What's the liner saying? Oh, it's going to be a goal. Oh, you can always tell. They run off with their arms up. We can't pretend. I mean, he was definitely on. And it's a square ball, isn't it? We can't pretend that Newcastle haven't deserved that, but it's so demoralising. There's nothing there. Ito with a long bomb. Crumbs. Is that Rooney or Ronnie? How would you say that without an E? Absolutely bobbins. We've not created enough in the second half. We've not been strong enough. It's disappointing. Look at that. I mean, that's about right, to be fair. We had our lion's share of possession. We've had a reasonable number of shots. All right, it's not 21. But we've just got to do better there. We've just got to do better. Frustrated, anxious. I'm not going to say unlucky. Yeah, I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed, really. You can be demotivated all you want, son. I think you played okay. Good effort, right, from you. Nothing more than that, though. Nothing more than that. Once again, a late goal's ruined my day. You're right, David. You're right. It's never nice to lose like that. We deserved more. I don't think we did. I was more disappointed with the performance. We deserved... Yeah, exactly right. That's fair. Do you think Newcastle's late goal and the subsequent impact it had on the outcome was a fair reflection of the match? I think so. Yeah, we weren't our best and deserved a late goal. You're expected to be on the wrong end of a hiding today. Well, I'm proud of our effort. I'm not going to say that. We have to analyse it. Yeah, there you go. Many fans voiced their displeasure at Sammy Ayres. I understand. It's part of a team performance, and that's the most important thing. So get off his back for 5 minutes. Right, that draws us to an end for the first quarter, or the second quarter, I should say. So the second quarter leaves us on 19 points, and we're in 14th. So we're a point behind now. We're not on target anymore. We're a point behind. In the next quarter, that means we need 11, right, to keep us on 30. And that keeps us on track. So the next 8 games, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to the Wolves game, okay? So we've got Brighton. That'll be interesting. I'm sure. I mean, the press know about it as well, so that will be interesting. West Ham and Chelsea. Oh, that's in the cup. That's okay. So 1, 2, forget that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to the United game, not the Wolves game. We need a win against West Ham at home. If we can get a draw there, that'll be delightful. Maybe go and try and get a win. Write that one off. Win. Write that one off. Win. Draw. And that will give us enough to kick us on, right? And we're also going through the window there as well. And as you know, I mean, that's never going to happen, although they might offer stupid money. The same for Mark. He's wanted by Saudi Arabian teams. It looks like they've got their money back and they want to spend again. We want to make sure we're shipping out Mara. He's wanted. We can get him out the door if he wants to go, and he does want to go. Isaac wants to go. I'm more than happy for him to go. That's 10 million in terms of a minimum release fee, so we'll take that. He can go, no problem at all. And then Joe, maybe I can get him out to Antwerp. That's another 5. In the budget, as you recall, they increased our monies, so we've got 33.5. A little bit of room in the wages, and there'll be more if obviously those players go out, and there'll be more up here too. I don't want anything up here. I think we're fine. I think if we could add some quality, and I hate to say this, but if we can add some quality at centre half, if we can have ourselves a really, really good centre half, and maybe a better keeper, we could potentially compete and keep ourselves in this division. But I'm not going to spend the money unless I find somebody that does add that layer of quality. The players I've been speaking to, or I've been speaking to their agents, I probably should say, Joel, it won't surprise you, he don't want to come and play for me. Even if we were to be able to do some jiggery-pokery with a deal, he don't want to come and play for me. And then the centre-half that I really do fancy is a lad at United, Nick Cooper. He's not playing because he's just a baby, really. He's had 5 appearances, really struggling with English. But he's going to go on and do fantastic things. Again, doesn't want to come and join me. So there's going to be some work to do for the scouting team to see if there's any rabbits we can pull out of a hat. If there isn't, I'm not going to spend any money. So we'll see how it goes. I think from our perspective, when will we be back together? English. Why don't we come back together for the Brentford game? That gives us sort of 4 or 5 games to play through. We'll come back together for that. It's bottom of the league, or they are bottom of the league at the minute. So hopefully it'll be a nice game for us. Hopefully we can have a bit of fun. And we're sort of halfway through that section of games, and we can see where we're up to, because this set of games is going to be really quite challenging. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Thank you very, very much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, all of that stuff that I'm supposed to ask you all the time that I always forget. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.